Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. 1 degree. I'm in Ohio, so I had to come visit my brother. Obviously, we had to do this live. We rarely get these moments, but we here now, man. So, yeah, man. How you doing, bro?
Top of the stacks. How you doing, bro?
We got a good subject today. We're gonna talk about some people, they go through the things of manifestation, and things don't happen as quick as they want. They don't you see reality changing for them, and they're like, why isn't this working? I'm doing all the meditations, I'm doing everything. Why isn't this working? So we felt like we wanted to make a video today about maybe some of the reasons why things aren't maybe progressing how you want it to happen, or and things like that. So yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Talk to me, man.
Yeah, it's a good topic, man. Really, I'm glad you suggested it. Definitely, everybody struggles with that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Trying to hold on to that faith. And I think the biggest thing I believe is the issue would be the concept of self, or your I am. If you're focused on the things that you want, which you've talked about this before, if it's the things that you're focused on that you want, and not what it feels like to be the person that has those things, and what your self concept or self beliefs are, and you got to figure those things out. You got to think about that. You seek inward, meditate on that. Ask yourself, who am I? Well, what do I feel like I deserve? You don't pour new wine into old wineskin.
I like
So
that.
if I'm believing for abundance, you can't pour abundance into a container that typically holds lack or poverty.
Right.
If that's what your belief is about yourself, you're not going to be able to receive that. So you have to. The main thing, in my opinion, is your I am, your self concept. What do you believe about yourself? Do you believe that you're abundant? I am health. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am love. You got to believe that that's who you are, and that you're worthy of all these things, and those things will be added to you. But you have to align, like you talked about in the previous video. You align with abundance, the universe is going to give you abundance, or give you a reason to believe you have abundance. If you align with love, the universe is going to give you love, or give you someone to love, or several. You just endless love from
Right.
everywhere you could imagine, and it's figuring out, who do I believe I am? What is my self concept of what I believe I'm worthy of? Worthy of all things. If you just have to believe that. So figure out who it is, and then figure out who you want to be, and start define who that is, and how do they think, how do they feel, how do they react to things, and react to that way. Be that person.
Right.
You said something to me a long time ago about if you want to be your ideal self, react as that person, as that ideal self. I don't remember what we were talking. Just a conversation we had.
We were at dinner one time. Yep.
Yeah, and you said that to me. And I'm like, yeah, that's stuck with me. And I listened to this video today, and it was a Neville Goddard video. Shocker.
I love it.
But he was talking about Jacob wrestling with God, and he related that to Jacob had this consciousness as God, at least what I believe. Consciousness is God. So he had this belief in his consciousness of who he wanted to be. He wanted to be this new person, not Jacob. He wanted to be this new person, not the old person.
Right.
And he refused to let go of that belief, even though his mind is like, hey, the morning's coming, we got to go back to the normal. He's like, no, I'm not letting go till you bless me. He was given a new identity. He became a new person. He had a new self-concept of who he was, which then all the other blessings that followed that because of that. And then that's exactly the same thing. It's hold on to that. When you define who it is that you want to be, and what you believe is that you can receive and are worthy of, hold on to that, and don't let go of it until you're blessed with it, and it'll come.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that holds back manifestations is who you believe you are and what you're worthy of. because you'll start to question that as it takes time. It does take time, and faith is, if we say it all the time, it's not believing your senses. It's trusting that what you know, having confidence, like you said, and holding on to that, and it'll come.
And you actually, for the one of the first things of why people don't get what they are trying to manifest is, the thing about it is that you can lie to each other, but you can't lie to the universe.
Yeah,
And you cannot receive anything above your belief system. Your belief system is a box, and you can't go out of that box until you expand the box. So if you can say I want to be a millionaire, but if your belief is a thousandaire, you're not going to get a million, because your ceiling is at 1,000.
yeah,
And the reason why you can't go beyond your belief is because the universe likes stability. So once you have lived at a certain frequency, you become locked in that frequency.
mm,
So now the universe registers you as a thousandaire. And until you raise your belief system, then you're always to the universe going to be a thousandaire. Now, when you're able to raise your belief system, then you will start to gradually grow into a millionaire. And a lot of times that doesn't happen instantly, because if you've been a thousandaire for your whole life and then the universe blesses you with a million, your nervous system couldn't handle that.
yeah,
The universe doesn't like spikes, up or down. So if the universe knows that you can't handle being a millionaire, it won't grant that until you truly have the capability of handling that.
yeah,
So just because you say I want $1 million or I want love, your whole life you've been down on yourself about love, and now all of a sudden you want to feel love. The universe is like, I got you registered as a negative person.
yeah,
So until you consistently switch your frequency to be this, then you're going to be that, because the universe likes to stay balanced. The universe is always seeking balance, like a cup of water. And if it doesn't like spikes. If it spikes, then uh, there's these things called balancing forces that will counteract that spike.
mm,
So if you do something out of your zone, then the universe will do something opposite to pull you back in line. And that's one of the things that works. So I'm glad you brought up about that belief system.
yeah, yeah. That's great. Uh, and I think that divine timing, which you get a hold on to that faith until it is revealed, or you see it in your reality. And on this plane, you the second God's not going to give you that until you're ready for it.
Right?
If you can't handle it, why would He give it to you?
Your nervous system can't handle it.
Yeah, that's a great point. Great point. Yeah,
And
it's
then
good.
another thing too is that a lot of times when we want to change something and we say, like, I want to manifest a house or a spouse or a new job, or I want to live in this state or country or something, and you say I want to manifest these things. And so you start doing the work, you start doing the meditation, and you start uh, doing the affirmations, and you start constantly you raising your frequency and all that other stuff. Most of the time people see things through the human lens. And when you see things through your human lens, then you believe reality. And once you believe reality, then reality becomes your master. So you lose sight of the total vision, and then reality throws a curve. And then because you don't like what reality's throwing at you, then you're like, man, I don't like that. Like, man, this is, whatever. Man, what's really happening is things are unfolding in a way that you didn't expect.
Mm, yeah,
And so because they're not unfolding how you thought they would go, well, then now you're emitting a frequency of, this ain't right. I don't like this or whatever. So now you're emitting dual frequencies. So you're saying, I want to be here, but because reality is not taking you the way you want to go, now you're emitting this other frequency. And what's the rule of nature? Strongest survive.
Yeah.
So the strongest frequency wins.
Right.
So now you're back to square one.
Yeah. Yeah. Which happens to a lot of us. You know what I mean? And it is hard. It is hard to hold on to that faith and that belief. You know what I mean? When the world's throwing all these things at you. But that, like we talked recently about detachment on here,
Mm-hmm.
it's holding on to that control. It's trying to have things go the way you expect them to in the timing you expect it. That's not for you. You're just supposed to be the person, embody the person that is worthy of these things, that already has these things, and live as that person. React the way that person would react. And don't worry about all that. Don't worry about how it's unfolding. It'll unfold in its own way, in its own time, perfectly when you're ready to receive it. And you'll have it. It's just holding on to that faith and trusting that, you know, he gives me all of my desires. If I trust, if I believe, if I know, if I have confidence within me that it's mine, I will have it. It's what his word says. It's what all religions want to teach, I think, is consciousness and having that available. Everything that you could ever desire was put there for a reason. You don't have these desires for no reason. This desire is the universe saying, hey, this is one of these possibilities that are out here. You want this? And then you become the person that has that.
Right.
Don't focus on the thing. Focus on the person that would have that and be that, embody that, and then trust that it's going to come, and it will come. And try not to control the how, the why, the when.
Right.
But yeah.
So I there's this thing that I call it your God's eye. It's your the broader vision, because God is omnipresent, present, sees and experiences everything as oneness. So that I call it the God's eye. And what's wrong is, or what's happening is, when a lot of people don't get their manifestation right away, is that they're looking at the lens, looking at perceiving reality through the lens of their human eye. And when you perceive the lens through your human eye, you only see what's in front of you. So when you look at things from your God's eye, you see it from a broader perspective. And the best way that I can explain this is like, say it's like a GPS. When you put in your destination on the GPS, you see the whole destination. Okay, there's a little traffic here. I'm gonna have to make a detour here or whatever. But you're okay with it because you have clarity. You see the whole thing. Okay, I gotta go make a turn here. I gotta do that. But what does the GPS say? This is the fastest route to your destination.
You see why.
You see why.
Yeah.
But a lot, we don't see through our God's eye. We see through our human eye. So then when we come up on this traffic jam and we don't see from our God's eye, we're like, man, this is bull, man. I didn't expect, because this is unfolding the way you didn't expect it. And so you're like, man, this is bull. And so what do? We turn our own way. And what does GPS do? Rerouting. So guess what? I was going to get you there in a year, but since you rerouted yourself, it's going to take 3 years.
Wow.
And then we come to the next part, and then we're like, man, I don't like this, so I'm going to go this way. Rerouting. Wow. And then we go another way. But if we look at it through our God's eye and see the whole thing, then what we come to understand is that as long as we maintain frequency, everything you experience, you're supposed to experience it. So instead of looking at it the lens of this is bull, I don't like it, you look at it through a lens of I have to do this because I'm supposed to lead people. So I got to go through this. Your perspective changes. So you're looking at it through your God's eye, and then instead of saying, no, I don't like this, you're saying, this is the fastest route to my destination. Good. The GPS is taking me the fastest way. Yeah. And just because just because it's unfolding in a way that, in a manner that I didn't expect, I'm still on the fastest route.
That's good.
That's the big problem with people's manifestation.
Yeah, for sure. One of my, I guess, concepts of self is everything works out for me. Just because the scripture, Romans 8:28 says all things work together for your good. I lean on that, and that's a part of what I embody as my self belief. My I am one that everything works out for,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of what's happening, what I see in the moment. I know ultimately it's going to work out, and it's happening for a reason that I don't need to know why. I just know that and trust that everything works out for me.
Absolutely.
And it's something I say all the time. I say it to my wife all the time. I say it to friends, and I truly believe it. It's a belief that I have. Like your belief of you don't get sick. I've also adopted this, but I just know that everything's going to work out. I don't care what it looks like in the moment, how it seems, how bad it seems. It's going to work out, and this is teaching me something. There's a lesson in every struggle. Everything that you've been through has made you stronger. It makes you be able to deal with those hard times. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
there's lessons in all that, and
Good stuff.
it's all part of getting you to the level you need to be at to receive that manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
And then you need to go through those things. It's going through the fire so he can shape you into what you need to be to hold all the blessings that you're about to receive, because
Right.
it's too much for the old you.
Nervous
You need to
system
be a
is
new
breaking
person.
down.
Yeah. Good stuff, man.
So this is a final point. We're gonna end on your response. Is a lot of times people don't understand this. Most, not all, because some things are out of our control in the bigger scheme of reality. But most things that happen to us are neutral. They're not good or bad. It's our perspective
Mm.
that changes it to good or bad. When you look at the ocean is just the ocean. It's not good or bad. But if you believe that there's sharks in there, now you've turned it bad. But does the surfer believe that? No, he's like, man, I'm going to surf. I'm cool. I don't fear this. So the ocean is neutral. It's your perspective and your the lens that you see things through that now change it and to whether it's going to work for you or against you. And then this is another thing about the universe too, is that whatever you put your focus on, whether good or bad, the universe magnifies it. So when you're
Yeah.
going through something, man, you think it's the worst thing in the world
Yeah.
because the universe magnifies whatever you believe. And when you focus on something with intensity, then you can't see out even outside of that lens. But the thing about it is that the ability that we have to focus on something negative, we have the same ability to focus on a positive
Yeah.
and magnify it in a positive way. So most things that happen to us on our journey to our desired reality, one is supposed to happen because the universe has to get our nervous system ready to endure, and two, we are framing it in a way that doesn't benefit us. That's silly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's it goes along with that your concepts of things. If you've been around negative people, they're negative about everything, and they have that mentality of it's always something going wrong, and sure
Oh
sure
gosh.
enough, it's always something going wrong. And that's a belief about themselves. Ultimately, it's what they believe. I believe that all things work together for my good. So regardless of what's happening,
Yeah,
it's going to be okay.
you're
Like I
framing
said,
it.
yeah, I'm framing, and I know man, bad stuff happens to all of us, but you'll get through it. You've been through 100% of the bad days you went through, and you made it. It's a pretty good record. I've never failed. I'm still here. You know what I mean? Whatever happens, happens. I remain, and and trust that it's going to work out.
like
It'll
that.
work out. It's
Yep.
some Buddhist wisdom right there.
That's why it resonated. I was like, I like that. All right, people. Well, hopefully we cleared up some things, and hopefully we got your mind working a little bit. And I think that was definitely a really good topic. I'm so glad to be in Ohio visiting family and
Man.
friends, and of course I had to come see my brother and say, hey, since we're here, we might as well shoot this video. Let's do this.
Yes,
You know what I
yes,
mean?
sir.
But yeah, we're glad that you guys watched. Like and subscribe. Any questions, leave in the comments in section, and we'll reply. And yeah, for my brother Reed. Till we see you again, 1 degree.
1 degree.